Railway Series Book 55, The Maintenance Crew, written by Team Zug and the Lego Motion. One day, Emily was heading off to the big station. She had a very important job to do. She was going to show around the two new engines of Beyond Sodor. "Driver," she said, "I wonder what the two new engines will look like." "Beats me," said the driver. The only thing I know is that the two new engines are twins. Maybe they'll be American engines. A driver laughed. "Don't be silly, Emily. I mean, it would be an awesome idea, but how would the American engines will fit on the British scale?" "Oh, good point," said Emily. Then she arrived at the big station. Duck was there. "Hello, Duck," she said. "Oh, hello, Emily," said Duck. "What's wrong?" she asked politely. "Well, it's those two, one of the new engines, that is." "Who is it?" said Emily. "The two new engines are named Billy and his twin brother, Charlie." "Charlie's alright," said Duck, "but it's Billy that you should be careful around." "Why?" said Emily. "Well, we think that he's jinxed," said Duck. "Stuff and nonsense," she said. "How could an engine be jinxed?" "Well," said Duck, "you know Salty was supposed to take a goods train down to the docks. Well, he couldn't because he broke down, and that's why we all think it's Billy, mostly because his number is the number 13. As we all know, the number 13 is an unlucky number." "Well, I don't care," said Emily. "I'm gonna go speak to them." "Alright," said Duck. "Be careful," he said. "I will," said Emily, and she chuffed next to the two black tank engines. "Hello there, what's your names?" The first tank engine didn't say anything. And then the other tank engine spoke. "We only talk to others if they introduce themselves first," he said. "Alright, I'm sorry, my name's Emily. What are your names?" "I'm Billy, and this is my twin brother Charlie. It's very nice to meet you, Emily." "Is it true what happened to Salty?" "Yes, he was supposed to take a goods train down the docks, but he broke down." "Black smoke was all around him." "And it's all because of me, mostly because of my number. I'm a unlucky tank engine." "Billy has a low sense of esteem. I mean, he's less confident of everything, especially that we almost got scrapped." "Well, I don't believe you're jinxed, Billy. Maybe it's just that Salty always breaks down all the time. He's never properly repaired." Emily knew that Billy wasn't happy, so then she asked him something. "Billy, could I take Salty's goods train down to the docks?" This made Billy smile. "Thank you, Emily." Then it also made Charlie smile. "See, bro, we are making friends. We'll be making friends by tomorrow." Billy didn't answer, but he always believed in his brother, so he just smiled. So Emily went to go find Billy Salty's trucks. to help her new friend Billy. The trucks were grumbling. Well, then Emily backed down. "What is this?" said the first truck. "We wanted a proper engine, not an old-fashioned Victorian-style locomotive," said the first truck. "I agree," said the other truck. "Me too," said another. "Well, too bad. I'm going to be doing it. Now come on." So Emily was taking her trucks up to the docks, but then the trucks had an idea. Right? Are you guys ready? Yep. Alright, let's do the plan. Everything was going well for Emily until she felt something. "What's going on?" she asked. On, said the trucks. "Oh no," said Emily. Emily and the trucks were out of control. Emily tried to stop, but her wheels kept slipping and slippering. "Ah," said Emily. Luckily, all trains were halted, but Emily was out of control. "Help!" As the trucks were tagging along. We don't like this now," said the trucks. But then disaster came. The docks was getting closer and closer. Emily could see the docks, but she could not stop in time. "Ah," said Emily. And then Emily and the trucks fell into the water. Billy and Charlie rushed to the scene with Judy and Jerome. "Emily, are you alright?" said Billy. "We heard the accident," said Charlie. "We came to help." "I'm fine, boys," said Emily. "It's all my fault again. I should never let you take that train. It should have been me that fell into the ocean. I guess you don't want to be my friend now." "Nonsense. I should have known better what the trucks were doing," she said. "It's not your fault, Billy. Cheer up. Maybe soon you'll get used to being on the island, and maybe one day your bad luck will go away." This made Billy smile. And in the end, Billy knew that even though he'll always have a reputation of having accidents, he'll always have a friend in Emily. And even though he has his brother and a friend as allies, that is good enough.